Hi Libras, Schoolhouse Intuitive here with your collective reading. So this is for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement of Libra. You could find these readings resonate for you in any area of your life. It's a timeless reading, but it is being recorded in July 2025. So Libra, what do we have? We have prosperity lies ahead. Okay, I'll show the card in just a moment. Get two more out. All right, let's see. So you can have this pertain to fortune, love, career, abundance, any of that. Your hard work's paying off. Okay, interesting. Very cards that are pretty closely related. Prosperity lies ahead and your hard work is paying off. There we are. So Taurus and Capricorn energy, very earthy, right? Earth sign energy coming through for Libra. What else do we have? I'll pull animal cards, angel numbers, of course, tarot cards, and anything really that needs to come through. What do we have? I hear something about dancing around. So I'm actually also getting someone could be dancing around a topic, a problem, an issue. You or someone around you. It could be like you're feeling as though you need to tiptoe. We have look at the bigger picture here. So full moon in Sagittarius. I am clairaudient as well as other clairs, so you will be getting randomly specific messages channeled through me throughout the reading. You'll know if it's your message and only take what resonates, right? Not everything I say in a 40-minute reading is going to resonate for you, so it's just a general reading. But let's see, we have expect powerful change here with a new moon eclipse. I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling that this eclipse season in September is going to be massive. And I feel that's when there will be powerful change. That I feel like some of the symptoms, like ascension symptoms and things people are experiencing right now, it may come to a culmination in September. It could just be that's really when things really shift. Like we're feeling it. And then September, I feel, is when we will have a very powerful change in some way. I don't know exactly how necessarily. I have kind of an idea, but I'm not really certain. I think it's going to be a little different for everyone and for different parts of the world even. But yeah, so I do feel late July of this year is also very important. And I've been saying that, been channeling that for a while now. So we'll see what happens. And I'm doing this reading a little bit in advance, about a week before it posts. So who knows what could happen the week I post this. This will be posted July 22nd. But you have the Queen of Wands. And nothing stops the Queen of Wands. This is the Elemental Wisdom Tarot by Taroteca Studio, by the way. Oh my goodness. I love this. Bottom of the deck. Oh, you have two awesome cards. You have the Sun and you have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is very happy energy. This is really, really fantastic. Okay, so looking at the bigger picture, is something going to pay off for you long term if you stay in it? But we have the Sun card, hard work paying off right here. Leo energy, happy Leo season, by the way. Happy birthday if you're a Leo sun. And all this fire energy, but also all this earth energy. So far in your reading, you have Taurus, Capricorn, Sag, fire, earth. So you have all fire and earth right now in this reading. If that's, if you're paying attention to elements, I often do incorporate elements in my readings. Actually, it's funny, I'm using the Elemental Wisdom Tarot even. And then you have the Six of Swords here, and that's the falling underneath that expect powerful change. This is transition. This is moving to brighter times ahead, right? And that's right where that change is taking place. It's happening. And that's that. So it means there is an ending. Pardon me. Sorry. I'm fine. And then I start doing reading. I get all raspy. Excuse me. But yeah, so nothing's stopping you from this success, this new shift, this bold, this vitality. Your courage is what's creating this change, this transition. It could be a sudden change. It may come as a shock to a lot of people. The fact that you're really taking charge of something and you're really initiating some things potentially. This is about passion. Queen of Wands, very self-assured. Look at how we have sunflowers in both of these cards. How amazing. It's like they're meant to be together. I feel like you could have a new passion project or even Some of you are mentoring someone, because I feel like this Queen of Wands has uh, an effect, an impact. Maybe you're a grandparent or something, but they have an impact on this son, this child, and this son. So I feel as though like this Queen of Wands, her actions are what leads to this son, this joyous outcome, this success, this celebration, this wealth, this vitality. Vitality is restored. Again, hard work paying off, and Queen of Wands really creating her own future, her own Ten of Pentacles, her own prosperity. Now I'm saying her and she because I'm looking at this queen here, but gender doesn't really matter in these readings, so male female doesn't matter. It's the energy of the cards. So 10 of coins, long-term success, long-term stability, and I feel like you're exiting things that are no longer providing anything positive to your life. I feel like you're kind of, maybe you don't have the patience for it or the energy or flat out the time right now to be focusing on things that really aren't giving back. So there's already some common themes in this reading. You already have some big cards out. So let's see what else we have. Whoa, okay. More big cards, really. Oh, wow. You have the Ace of Wands, more fire, and then you have Judgment. You actually had Judgment and then the Ace of Wands, but these actually just came out in a pair, so it doesn't really matter. But I feel like, with Judgment card, this is about you and the path you choose with this Ace of Wands. This is about getting that clarity. This is kind of a reckoning sort of energy with this Ace of Wands, this fiery card. It's like making your final decision, making a big decision on something. There could also be just a big load of inspiration of again, awakening, insight, clarity that comes in and leads to a very big shift in your life personally, on a personal level. Also, yes, global level, but I feel like this is about you making a directional shift, a big change that is really what's going to help you navigate what's been probably very difficult, very maybe even a stuck energy. I just feel like that's like lifting up, and you may even surprise yourself with this. What else do we have? There's angelic support here. There's higher guidance. Maybe you're relying more on your own intuition, your insights, your higher guidance. Maybe you're talking to your angels more. By the way, our next reading, speaking of all this Leo energy here, our next reading will be on the Leo new moon, and it'll be tuning into that energy. So that will happen on July 24th here. So in just 2 days. What else do we have for the Libra collective? My goodness, more big cards. Okay, so you have the Wheel of Fortune. Cards are coming out in twos. So the number 2 could really be popping up for you, or just like what the number 2 is about. Duality, maybe you have 2 decisions to make, partnership. Okay, so you have the Wheel of Fortune here. And 2 in tarot, remember, is also, well, it's 2 cards for major arcana. It's actually Justice and it's the High Priestess. So again, that sort of duality energy, maybe again, like balancing things out, harmony. 2s have to do with a lot of things, actually. But you have the Wheel of Fortune here. And you also have it with the 5 of Swords. So I feel like you're actually coming up with a strategy in order to be more in control of this good fortune, of a new cycle coming in. It's tied to your luck and your abundance. So you have more cards of luck, success, and abundance. And that's the Sun, but it's also the Wheel of Fortune, right? But it does come with needing to, I'm actually getting, maybe some of you are literally discarding items or situations. You're clearing out, and it's not a moment too soon, really, is what it feels like. I'm now being guided to get some divine direction cards, and the first one out is unfolding. So yeah, here we go. You closed a chapter in your life. However, the story's not over. Give it time to unfold and see it through to the end. All right. Anything else? Okay, we'll go back to tarot. Now, what else do we have for the Libra collective? Fell in my lap. Two of coins, there's that two energy again. Yeah, this person's like, oh, I could do this or I could do that. But is there a middle path? Because when I have some of these cards here, I am thinking like maybe it doesn't have to be so this or that, right? Maybe it can be somewhere in the middle. I just had some light activity here when I said that. So yeah, I think you're going to be getting some clarity coming in, but it could be tempting to get swept away by emotions, right? The sea in the background looks kind of rough here, but it's important to maintain your balance. I feel sort of temperance energy with this moderation, harmony, self-control here, and really keeping a balance and keeping an eye on, again, like what your options are, the decisions you have, your priorities, definitely a card of prioritizing and what to focus on. And that's what you have underneath the 10 of coins. So you have a 2 of coins clarifying a 10 of coins, and it is about looking at the bigger picture. Interesting, I forgot that card was even there when I was talking about it's not just this or that. There's something else here that's above all of it that could actually be the better option for you. So some of you, though, you are choosing like the higher ground, the higher road when it comes to maybe a certain situation or person even. I just heard something clairaudiently about someone kind of being all sort of high and mighty, acting all high and mighty, and like you knowing you're the authority, and then no one has that right to tell you how your life should be. All right, nothing taking your power away. Okay. You have the Page of Swords coming in, and this is someone who, they may be a little hesitant until they have all the information, and I think that's wise. This is someone who's curious. They're truthful, direct, but they follow the rules. And maybe you're having a hard time with people not following the rules around you, or maybe you're curious and you're kind of like how. Again, it could be tied to that 5 of Swords, that strategy. It seems as though, I'm literally hearing turbulence. There's turbulence around, and I'm looking at these clouds and I'm thinking, yeah, it's almost like you're trying to how best to navigate a certain situation. The information is going to come to you, and you might be advised kind of like to we'll see what other cards we get, of course, but you might be advised to kind of wait until you have all the information. And I think intuitively, some of you already know to do that. You're like, yeah, I'm going to be vigilant here with something, but at the same time, I'm going to wait until I have the all the information I need. And this can be a card of getting new information too. Could be a message coming in, a message of truth, of clarity, having to do with your higher truth. And I feel as though for some of you, you're cutting loose whatever is not part of your personal truth. Messages, here we go. There's the 9 of Cups. Oh, look at that. After moving on here with that 6 of, what's that? Oh, goodness. Okay, so we have the Tower on the bottom of the deck and the 9 of Cups. It's like, sudden wish fulfillment because you've moved on from something. I think for some of you, because you've moved on from this Tower, because you've moved on from, or once you get over like the shock of something, the upheaval of it all, there's this bliss, this fulfillment, this happiness, this emotional contentment, even though it's happening in the midst of a storm, either elsewhere or in another area of your life or on a global level. You're still able to tap into some sort of sense of accomplishment, enjoyment in some way. So it is wishes coming true, and it could be as a result of some sort of sudden shift, something that could even feel pretty shocking, like things are being uprooted. But it's so that you can land somewhere that where you're better, where things are better for you. They're just more fulfilling. So I am kind of getting relationship vibes for some of you for this. It could be, a relationship of any kind, doesn't have to be romantic, but it does seem like and it could also be that you're deciding you're going to go work on your own, or you're working on something. Yeah, this is more because you have Judgment and the Tower. This is certainly a wake-up call for a lot of you. It's a wake-up call as far as like, yeah, something's unfolding. You don't necessarily have all the information, and I'm not sure how that's going to look for each of you, because times are changing and everybody's on a different timeline. But it's like again, seeing something through to the end before you make a final decision, or making sure you have all the information, or making sure you're coming from a place of feeling really good, and like you have that awareness you need in order to make the best decision for you. What else do we have? A divine portal card here for you. Okay, independent. So you have cat energy here. It's time to strike out on your own and rise to the challenge. You're more powerful than you know. So this is about being free, detached, and uncommitted. And it could come as, look at the cat's face. It could come as a surprise to some people. Like, what? You're not going to stand here and take this anymore? What? But you have since up until now. Well, you know what? Times are a changing. That's what it's getting. I'm feeling here. It's like times are changing for sure. Your maybe the way you view time, maybe you're viewing time as way more valuable than you have. Maybe you're feeling that time is speeding up. I get a big sense of that too. Yeah, so there's like, it's sort of like you're shifting priorities as a result of like a new timeline for you. It's like maybe you're finally following your heart on something too. Oh my gosh, you have angelic help, and your angels who are near are ready to assist you in your growth and accomplishing your divine life purpose. Yes, you have cards of divine life purpose. You have Judgment next to the Wheel of Fortune. I'd say that's pretty divine life purpose. Yeah. And leading to this Nine of Cups. Yeah, okay, definitely. Things are certainly shifting. What else do we have for you? Oh, there's a flipper. And it's Ascension. There it is. My goodness. You have from different decks, you have so you're shifting from one reality to a higher vibrational reality. Time to soar to new heights. Thriving, increase, takeoff. That's what this whole reading's about. It's time to soar to new heights. It's time to, live how you want to live in order to experience that joy, that happiness. And no matter what's going on around us, we can still, and we do have that birthright to be happy, to be at peace, to experience joy, regardless of what's going on or how people are trying to make us feel, or even what's going on the world stage. We still have to have our moments of peace to ourselves and experiencing love and happiness. Yeah, we have Five of Coins. For some of us, I mean, it's hard. Like, things are feeling very heavy, right? Everything that's going on. We have someone here on the riverbank. They're looking really sad. They're looking very much on their own and flat out, down and out. It's like they're worrying. They're feeling left in the cold. This could be someone feeling very isolated, waiting for things to really change. But there is positive change here. I'm laying a 5 on top of a 5. That is a sign of positive change. Three of Wands, there it is. There is a card of positive change, and it's someone who has focused on their growth. This can be a card of travel, but this is like looking ahead at opportunities on the horizon, right? This is, again, it's about your expansion, and probably your expansion into more of an independent, more fulfilling, rich life, rich in a variety of ways. Seven of Swords. A lot of the times when we get the Five of Swords, which we have here, we get the Seven of Swords, and this can, it can absolutely have to do with. I feel it's having to do specifically. This is lies from the past, or lies, things that you've thought about yourself that are simply not true, or it can also be putting your trust in something or someone and it not panning out the way you had hoped. But it's like, get back up, get back on that horse, try again. For some people, it's like self-betrayal, self-deception. Like, are you kidding yourself, kind of thing, as far as like just thinking that you can't have something that you feel you're very drawn to and meant to have. And there's your Ace of Coins. My goodness. There's your seed. It's for you to plant. It's for you to take. It's your opportunity, your promotion, your prosperity. This can be new money. This can be new love. This can be a new lease on life kind of energy, right? This can be an opportunity that comes back. Even the way it's coming in with the Seven of Swords, it's like something you thought you couldn't have. You've just been kidding yourself. You can, in fact, have this. It's what you do with the seed, of course, that's going to really matter. Top of the deck here of this Divine Direction card, you have chakras being out of balance. So this is about aligning your internal energies to help release physical and emotional blockages. And that that could have to very much do with what needs to happen in order for you to make the most of this Ace of Pentacles, because you do have that coming in after a Tower. Then there's this ascension, there's angelic help. This is about you getting really aligned for what the universe has in store for you, and what maybe you have had in mind for yourself throughout your life. Here and there, something keeps popping up and getting your attention for a reason. So maybe it's time to explore that. Oh my goodness. And there's the beautiful star, lucky star. And this is a card of hope, of healing, of promise, of rejuvenation. This is you rebuilding. This is you having that clarity and, fulfilling a promise to yourself. I do feel that. Bottom of the deck, you have the Hanged Man. I am not surprised to see this, because it has felt, again, like something to do with time here. So yes, it is a time to, oh, I'm getting a chill on my head. My goodness. Wow. You're getting new insights. I can tell you that. Wow. Okay. Lots of, I'm getting a lot of crown activation for some of you. This is certainly when you have Judgment, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, and you have a couple of aces, you have the Sun, things are coming into your awareness. You have cards of angelic help and ascension. This is the Star card coming in with the Hanged Man, like back to back. This is like you're getting a higher perspective. See the star above her crown? This person, usually there's a ring of light around their head, and it's activating their crown chakra. It's them getting a new perspective, that higher wisdom. It's also about self-sacrifice, surrendering, letting go of what has not helped them on their healing journey, letting go of what isn't going to help them continue to have faith and to rebuild. And anything that's foggy and murky, I mean, it could be that you need to just get still. You need to get alone, get still, and get grounded. Okay, I'm feeling this energy of getting grounded with this chakra card, the Ace of Coins, and now the Hanged Man. See how he's become one with the tree here? There is certainly something here about you getting settled and grounded, and really, it's kind of like getting to know yourself again, or getting to know yourself on a much, much deeper level than you have before. And there's the Six of Cups. You're not the same person you were before. And sometimes we have a way of like sugarcoating or, memorializing things that really weren't that great, actually. Because Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. But I feel with this one, this is a card of gifts too. You are being maybe initiated in some way, spiritually, for example, and or you're actually realizing like how amazing your intuition is, or your imagination, or your ability just to create in general. All right. So this is a person kind of moving forward and accepting what is, just like with the Hanged Man, the surrendering, accepting what is, and preparing to move into a much brighter time, much lighter time, much better than what the past has delivered to you. What else for Libra Collective? If you made it this far in the reading, please do consider liking the video and subscribing. It may not be a big deal to you. It's actually a really big deal, though, for a channel, for my channel. So if you could, that's one quick way of being like, hey, yes, there was something here for me in the reading. Doesn't mean the whole reading resonated. Doesn't mean I'm perfect or anything like that. But a like is free for you, but it means a lot for me. And it really does help channel growth. And I'm trying to make this my living, okay? Because I feel this is my calling. So this is what I'm choosing to do. So anyway, that would help a lot. Nine of Swords here. This is, headaches. It's like, it's a nightmare. It's the nightmare card, but this is excessive worry. This is going over and over something. And almost like I get sort of this energy where you're like picking yourself apart. And that's really not helpful, right? That's like keeping yourself in an energy where like, oh, there's nothing I can do. Nothing will ever change. Well, there's more to the story with something. There's something, again, actually, I didn't even realize I'm putting this right on top of that unfolding card. So yeah, you've closed a chapter. It could be feeling like a headache, or you're about to close a chapter, but this story is not over. There's something here unfolding. So, it could be that yeah, you're closing this one door, you're opening a new one. Again, it's like your time to soar to new heights. You have the Four of Wands. I say time to soar to new heights. Here's a card of divine timing. So it's the 11-11 card. We call it the 11-11 card because it has two wands and then two wands. So this is success. This is accomplishment. This is you committing to something again, it's something almost like you felt drawn to. It could be a person, it could be a new job, it could be just a project, a form of art, it could be an idea of some kind, it could be like just something, a new hobby that you're wanting to explore. But this is about happiness. This is reunion, even. For some of you, you could be reuniting with somebody or developing a community or a new friendship. Could be certainly a new home for some of you, a new home. It can be a graduation. It can be so many beautiful things. And it's all about alignment too. Things really starting to, like you might be getting indication of things starting to improve in a certain situation. If it's not happened yet, I mean, it will, but that's going from that headache, 9 of Swords, thinking, you know what, I need a better, there's got to be something better than this. And you're right, there is something better than this. Bottom of the deck, you have the Moon card. I do want to point out, I just saw the top of it. So you actually have Death with the Moon card. So this is like an end to anxiety, fear, and illusion leading your life. This is you tuning into you having that awareness, okay? Because now you have the sun and you have the moon. So you have eclipse energy. And that's like getting, ending something, Death card, right? To start something new. A new phase, right? Moon having to do with cycles and phases. And I feel this is about, there could be some sort of unexpected ending, because we do have the Tower and then you have Death with the Moon. So it could be an unexpected ending, but it can also be an unexpected ending to an illusion of some kind, right? To some sort of drama, putting a stop to that for big transformation, for rebirth, because you have cards of that too. So this is like transformation, change, moving on, knowing it's time to move on. This could also take place within a 28-day period, or it could take place even this week, because you have that new moon. So maybe maybe you've closed something out between that full moon in Capricorn on the 10th, and now something new coming in for this new moon on the 24th. Yeah, the reading's timeless, but if you're finding it right when it posts, which a lot of you do, then there you have it. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Empress. I mean, seriously. There's your new cycle. There's your fertility. There's your abundance. There's your being in the flow. Something finally feeling right. Something finally feeling fertile again. Things actually, again, you're starting to see growth happening in areas that excite you, that make you happy. The Empress, the Empress has the power and the skills and energy of all 4 queens. And this is like also with the Moon card, more like sort of feminine energy. There is a lot of energy of this self-care and nurturing, and how that actually really leads to much more abundance in your life when you treat yourself well, and you being your greatest asset and resource. It's like you're showing the universe that you care so much about yourself, you're number one, that it then wants to deliver. It aligns you, and it wants to then deliver more to you, because it sees that you're appreciating what you do have. Some of you, what you do have is like what's in your immediate environment, or this Ace of Coins. Maybe you have some, or your family, or just your overall health, your overall, your appearance, even. Like that's things you do that are good for you, that are taking care of yourself. Getting more water, getting more fresh air, eating better. Those are all things like, yeah, your angels, your guides, the universe. I feel that the beings above, if you want to call it that, they notice, and we are rewarded for things like that. If only just feeling better, right? Increasing our confidence, and putting us in more of an energy where we feel we can create, being more in that sort of like connection with everything around us, and knowing that we ourselves are the center of that. We are in fact important. All right. No matter how others have made you feel in the past, this is really you coming out on top. It is. Yeah. I feel when we show the universe, we are taking care of our gifts and using our gifts and our talents, and we're taking care of, our bodies and our minds and our spirits and things like that. We're saying, I care, and whatever you send my way, I will take good care of it. So yeah, that's, you have, oh goodness, you have the King of Wands. So you have the King and the Queen of Wands now. Again, lots of fire here showing up in readings for you. And with the Empress, I mean, this would be great. This would be an awesome pair. Really. I mean, an Empress and a King of Wands, certainly they can get anything done. So this is maybe you even possessing all that energy within yourself, that motivation, that entrepreneurialship. This is bold, a bold leader, and they know how to, utilize their resources, right? Empress being very maternal even, and very resourceful, and the King of Wands having that like boldness and that passion and that charm, you know, to and that inspiration to actually lead others. I see these two as leading others. So maybe you are somehow getting yourself in a place where you're able to not just be the leader in your life, but also help others lead better lives themselves. So that's just for some of you, obviously, as these messages are general. But let's see, anything else? Four of Cups. All right, so Four of Cups, though, there is something like you could definitely be resisting or something you're hesitating with something, all right, with this Four of Cups. It could be that something feels emotionally sticky or like just off. You need to follow your intuition on that, okay? There's the Seven of Cups. Let's make sure we're following our intuition and doing what's best for us. Yeah, you may have a lot of opportunities, but only you are going to know which one is absolutely best for you. There's the Nine of Coins. Yeah, Nine of Coins, that's that self-sufficiency. That's you being able to grow your own garden. This is like your own resourcefulness yet again. Okay, you have signs of leadership here because you have double nines. 99 is a sign of leadership. You also have several, well, you have the 1111 card, but then you have an Ace of Coins, an Ace of Wands. So there's one. And then you have the Sun, which is 19, which is a 10, which is another one. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a 10, which is another one. So you have 1111. 1111 keeps showing up for you. It keeps popping up. In fact, I'm going to now get my 1111 Oracle by Mandy Peterson. And we are going to get some messages from this deck about 1111 in general because it just keeps showing up. Okay. Purify your intentions. Okay. So take the high road. This is about purifying your motives. This could be like you being too kind, all right? Thinking of others too much. Anything in excess is to our detriment, it seems, all right? That's been the lesson in my life anyway. We can't have too much of even a good thing, right? So this is about purifying your intentions, making sure things are truly aligned. Oh my goodness, you have two cards now of Ascension. Your ascension is here. Okay, this is spiritual enlightenment. You might feel like sometimes you're backsliding. That you're that's because you're ascending. You know, it doesn't mean that you're arrogant or that you're like placing what does it say? Being placed on a pedestal. No, it means that your life is reaching new heights. It means that you are achieving some sort of spiritual enlightenment. That's okay. That's good. That's not you thinking you're holier than thou, right? That's not it. Because you feel fulfilled doesn't mean that you're like getting carried away with it. Okay. But we do have to remember though that we are all on our own journey in our different timelines and things, and so being mindful of that and trying to treat others with compassion and patience, but not getting trampled on, right? Not getting trampled on at the very same time. So. And remember, with the spiritual, like the ascension, you can feel like it's several steps forward, and then you can feel yourself kind of go back into the old spiritual muck or needing to do some shadow work, and that's fine. We don't necessarily like any progress. It's not necessarily a straight line, right? So you just be patient with yourself and the process. It's not always comfortable, right? This is about you knowing you deserve love, that you're lovable and you're loving. You need to love and accept yourself and not allow yourself to be used. All right, take a good look at that. There could be something in this picture that, for whatever reason, you resonate with. I'm being asked to point that out. I don't know what it is for you, but that's that. We also have, maybe they just wanted you to see more clearly that you deserve love. It's your time to shine. It's your time to ascend. A glowing moment. And you have a shift in energy. So fascinating because you have, ascension and ascension, right? And check this out. You have ascension, totally different creators, different decks. I mean, they're not even the same shape, and then you also have a shift in energy and you have chakras. I mean, look at this. You cannot make this up. Things are truly aligning for you. This is your time of alignment, of ascension, of accepting those most beautiful parts of yourself, maybe the parts that you've hidden away. All right. But this is like you may have some blocked chakras. You may be opening your chakras or energy. This is positive energetic shift and a release of negative energy. Okay. Negative energy is all around and within us, right? I mean, it's just, we have to, just like you would clean out, your fridge or whatever every now and then. And, we have to do the same thing with our own energy. It's just like anything else you would clean out. We need to clean out our, stuck energy and kind of do those checks, check in with yourself. What's not feeling right? Is there something in your body not feeling right? Sometimes that can kind of let us know, because the chakras can stand for different things emotionally and mentally, right? Not just physically. So if you're having a pain in a certain chakra area, maybe there's a deeper spiritual meaning for that. I say always get it checked out. You want to always rule out something medical first, right? Definitely do that. And you have depletion, someone feeling fatigued, deficient, you need replenishment. Some of you are flat out dehydrated in some particular way, okay? And it can be, again, it can be literal or metaphorical, feeling as though you're just not getting what you need to survive in some way, or you need to drink more water, but again, I'm not a medical professional. And then we have magic and manifestation. Okay, so 10-10. All of these cards say 11-11 on them, but this one says 10-10. This is about letting go of force. This is about your own personal alchemy and what you want to happen, you making it happen. This is magic and manifestation and you creating your reality. 10-10 is a sign of a new path. This is about you being able to create and be what you wish. What else do we have? This is a great deck. All right. I've had it a while. I haven't used it that often, but whoa, it's very drawn. It was actually not even in this office. So lots of cards coming out. There's something here about a switch being activated. I am hearing that. Maybe you just turned on a switch or something, but there's something about that. Or it could have to do with the, all we're talking about here. You have the 11th hour call. So this is, you may be ignoring a call and it's time to answer. This is about questioning spirituality maybe, or feeling as though you don't have a calling. So sometimes, and I've been saying this a lot lately, I think some people do really resonate. Sometimes like our life purpose isn't some grand, I'm going to go save the world, or I'm going to go do this or that. Maybe sometimes it's to be kind and enjoy life. Like that's it, right? Or to feel what real peace feels like. That's just like, for oneself. So it can be just like, I feel sometimes the purpose of your life is to just be happy, like to enjoy all the blessings that come in and to work on ourselves and, the best we can. And it doesn't mean you have to go start like some grand organization or whatever. Some of you may want to, yes, but for some of you, it's like, just be happy, like be a good person, do nice things, anyway, hurry, it says. Delays. So this is about you feeling as though you're waiting, you're missing opportunities, and you need to meet some, or that you need to meet a deadline. You have the 3 of Wands. You also have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have 11-11. This is about, again, this is something really much about timing. That's probably another reason I want to use the 11-11 Oracle, is it is about timing. And it is like, you need to know this 3 of Wands, just because you're seeing other people, cruising around in their ships, or that they have a family and they have kids or they have grandkids or they have this or that. That doesn't matter. Like, you're not on their timeline. You are not them, right? We know this on like a logical level, but it still is hard sometimes to experience, other people like having and doing, and like for whatever reason, we're not. Like, we feel like we're on the sidelines and these other people are having these wonderful lives or something. Like we don't have all the answers as to why some people get this and we don't, and vice versa. But it's doing the best you can each day, knowing that, yeah, it's, we're on different timelines. We're on different paths. And again, like, we create our reality to a big degree, more than we realize. You also have release. Yes. So release those expectations. You have 555 here. Again, positive transformation here. When you release things that are not serving you and that are stuck, either internally or externally, that's when it's, when you have that cleansing, that's when you can let go of anything that's been toxic or tormenting you, clinging on or hanging on to something, whether it's too good or whether it's good or not. If you hang on to something and are clingy with something that's good, we could, smother it and lose it. But if we hang on to something that's not good, it could smother us and we could lose ourselves, right? So we have to have that balance. Oh my goodness, and I didn't even look at this card. And you have balancing act. That's another. So we have three more that had fallen on the table that I'll get to. But this is about you balancing diet, relationships, emotions, priorities. Everything's a balancing act, right? Absolutely, everything's a balancing act. Those of you who are curious about this deck, I found it on Etsy. Again, it's the 1111 Oracle by Mandy Patterson. Mandy Peterson. You also have Earth Angel 1111. So you're an angel in human form, or you will encounter one. Or there could be this thing where you feel like there's a devil in disguise around you. Hey, follow that. There's this energy here of like being pure at heart and being a divine messenger. Maybe you are one or you're finding one. And then we have something here that's blank. It's just blank. It's waiting to be whatever you want it to be. It's your blank canvas here, Libra. There are only so many of these in the deck. I don't know how many, I forget, but, or you could look at this and you could see something. I am actually seeing a face in this card. Maybe you are too, but I'll turn it and you see if you can, what do you see in here? Maybe there could be a divine message here from your guides within this card even. So I'm just showing it to you slowly in front of the camera so you can see. Okay. So what are you seeing here? I'm also seeing different phases of things happening. I was also getting something here about balancing, actually, which we just had balancing, but I am seeing balancing. I see a bow and arrow even. So it can have to do with direction and priorities. And yeah, all right. And then I have nature's calling here. So spend some time outdoors, protect nature, care for animals, grow something, just connecting with Gaia. It's so naive and almost arrogant of humans to think that we are not part of this earth. Sometimes I actually look at it and I picture us being like fleas on this beautiful earth. Like the earth is this breathing creature itself, the creator of all life, and we're just like little ticks or fleas or something. Like that's what I feel like sometimes, because I feel like sometimes like I'm just taking from the earth and not giving enough back. And so I feel almost like people live like a parasitic existence on the planet. And it's so, I just kind of picture that. And I know it's kind of out there and different. And like, once I realized that, I couldn't really unsee it. But anyway, yeah, this is, funny enough, on the bottom of the deck, we have, this is something here about humanitarianism, conscious service, and spiritual counseling. So 11th hour servant. Maybe some of you are stepping into that kind of calling or work of some kind. But yeah, and very interesting here, Libra. Yeah, I like the reading. Yeah, and I'm just, telling, I don't know. I encourage you, talk to the planet more, talk to Earth, send some healing vibes. All right. I'm trying to do more of that myself, really grounding, connecting in, and doing what you can to at least pray for our beautiful planet that allows us to be part of all of this, Anything else? Destiny, fate, free will, purpose, divine intervention, Libra. 1212. So you have some number synchronicities in this reading for sure. And even just within this deck, you have 1111, 1010, 1212, and 555. So that's what we have there. Let's get some animal cards. I love those. But actually, I want to get some galactic angel cards. I'm getting that song, Stop in the Name of Love. So let's see. You're approaching a fork in the road. Oh, wow. Listen to your heart. I just said stop in the name of love. And then what card do we get? Approaching a fork in the road. Often we stop at a fork, right? Listen to your heart. This will lead you to where you are meant to be. That's it. It is time for you to choose where you're meant to be. Picking your path, Libra, and breaking cycles. It's okay to walk away. follow your intuition, follow your heart, and this too shall pass. There's an unexpected surprise coming. It will leave you changed for the better. You can believe that. This reading has a lot to do with that, actually. That could easily be the title of this reading, because this is about, I guess, timing. And it's like something unexpected is coming in for you. It could be that shift you've been waiting for. But you started off with expect powerful change. There is prosperity here. There's like your hard work paying off. Exactly. Look at the bigger picture here with something, right? And it's not about comparing yourself to others. Okay. Other common themes are like releasing any sort of blockages you may have, starting new cycles. Another common theme seemed to have a lot to do with you cleansing and your ascension. And this had to do also with shifting realities and creating your own reality. So this may surprise you too. And another common theme is like, yeah, it's okay for you to walk away into something better for you, regardless of how others feel. What else do we have? Animal cards for the Libra Collective. Thank you all to my members, by the way, and to those who do subscribe and tune in regularly and send good vibes and all that. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for subscribing and for showing support, even just through a like. I appreciate that, or just your time being here. Thank you. You have Elephant and Kingfisher. You have cards 6 and 7. So 6, 7s, or 67 or 76 could mean something. But you have quantum mechanics here, Earth Star Chakra with Kingfisher. It's time for a quantum leap. Let go of fear and don't hesitate for too long when a golden opportunity presents itself. Now I'm getting that song, listen to your heart when it's going, whatever. Anyway, so card 7, Elephant, direction, root chakra. Place your feet firm on the ground and connect with the earth element. We just keep getting this message. New clarity manifests as you get out of your head and into your body. Elephant. What else? Boop-a-doop-boo. All right. Anything else? So I'm seeing crocheted clothing, or what is that called? Macrame, or what is that? Well, anyway, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing someone, either they have like a skirt or something with a skirt. I am seeing that sort of interesting, like a beach wear, and it's like macrame or knit of some kind, or crochet. Yeah. What's it can't be macrame. What is I'm just confused. What is it? Or no, that's paper mache. Okay, yeah, so but I'm seeing like macrame, I think it's called. And like just beachiness. So maybe you're beach vibes right now. I don't know. And I'm getting, Star Wars, Chewbacca. I'm seeing Chewbacca. So something to do with Star Wars or Chewie, Chewbacca. Rabbit, awareness, card 17, sacral chakra. Notice what's happening within and around you. Hidden gifts and opportunities will reveal themselves as you slow down and listen. And Lizard, aligning to eternity. There's another card of alignment. Crown chakra, card 46. Oh my goodness, another thing about time. Don't let time or space limit you. Believe that everything's possible now. Be open to magic and miracles. Yeah, I will say everything is possible now. That is certainly coming into this reading. There's like divine surprises. So there's an unexpected surprise coming, and be open. You want to be open to this alignment here. And again, don't limit yourself by things that are just human constructs, like time, space, right? All those limits. That's that headache nightmare card. We want to be more in that, like that star energy. and the Empress, and the Sun being like divine creators. The term I keep getting lately is like divine gardener. We want to be like kind of, um, planting seeds that and sending out, you know, energy of like what we wish to see, right? So we want to be careful when we're doing things. We want to be very intentional, even about our thoughts, right? Our feelings. So because things will grow from there. So it's important where we put our attention and our efforts, right? Thanks so much for being here. You know how to show support. Thank you.